Welcome back, Sentinels. Welcome back. Another episode of Black Father Sentinel, where we are changing the narrative of how fathers are depicted as well as discussed in today's society. We are back yet again with another video for you all. But we know what we have to do before we get started. All right. Hit the like button, you all. Hit the share button, you all. Hit the subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet already, I don't know what you're doing. Hit that subscribe button. And last but not least, make sure we are leaving comments in the comment section so we can interact with each other. All right. And check it out. Those of you who missed the surprise, yo, it's here. We're out here. The book is out here. The Fatherless Father by Marquise Harris. That's yours truly, Be Father Sent. All right. Go check it out. It's on Barnes and Nobles as well as Amazon. All right. You're going to have the option to get the paperback as well as the hardcover. So go get your copy now. Okay. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. This one I have entitled, We Need Love Too, Dad. Now, you might be asking me, who needs love? Now, listen, for me, I have a unique situation where it's not really unique, but I have one of those situations to where I get the best of both worlds, right? Not only do I have younger children ranging in age from 6 all the way to 11, right? So I have an 11-year-old, a 10-year-old, as well as a 6-year-old. I consider those are my younger children. And then I also get the other side of it, those who have migrated into what they call adulthood, right? So I have a daughter who's going on 22 now, that's Poppy. Then I have a son who's going on 20, all right? And that's Cal Jr., all right? So what I mean by that is it's totally different, like raising them, right? And so the younger children, they need more of my time, okay? I need to be present. I need to be around them. They need to see my style, my disposition, how I walk, how I talk, how I move, right? How I navigate through life, because they're picking up on those things. They're just like a little bit of a sponge right now. They're picking up the way that I handle myself in what one would consider like tough situations, right? And then they see how I handle myself in stressful situations. They see how I make money. They see how I choose to create a living or create a life for them, right? They witnessed me graduate from college. They witnessed me graduate with not only my undergrad, but my master's as well, right? And so they just need more time. I just have to be present with them, interacting with them. With the older children, it's a little bit different. And those of you who have older children, you know exactly what I'm saying. They don't need as much time. They need more of words, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. It may be different in your house, but my older children, they need more words. They need more approval. They need more recognition. They need to be told that, hey, everything is going to be okay. You are on the right track. Okay. So they also need, like what I've noticed with my older children, it's just a mental shifting. So now that they're out on their own, well, I would say they're out on their own, but they're older now, right? They can come and go as they're pleased. They have their own job. They're bringing in their own income. They have their own cars, right? They have places that they like to hang out. They have a life, right? They're not totally dependent on me as a parent, nor their mom as a parent. So they have their own life. And so with that comes a different type of responsibility. Now they begin to see that, hey, life is not all fun and games. Like we have to have some responsibilities around here, right? And so now they're picking up bills. They have car notes, they have insurance, they have phone bills, right? So they have to learn how to manage their money. They have to learn how to be responsible with their finances, right? And these are all things that I'm teaching them as well as their mom is teaching them as well. But here's the thing. I've noticed with them that sometimes, and I take fault for this as well, we don't talk to them as much. Being that they're older, it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. I know my son, he gets up and go to work every day. He works pretty much like an 8 to 10 hour shift, depending on how fast he gets his work done. Okay. My daughter lives in a different state, so I don't get to talk to her every day. I don't even get to see her every day outside of us FaceTiming a few times per month. Right. But what I've noticed is that I'm not talking to them as much. And so now that I'm conscientious of that, I want that to begin to change. But when the times that I do talk to them, I've noticed that the conversations are dramatically different than when I talk to my younger children. With the younger children, is more so like, just helping them to figure out life, right? Telling them the do's and don'ts. Hey, you can't do that because of this. Hey, this is a good way to go about doing that because of this, right? Hey, cut that out. Stop doing that. No, you can't play like that. Hey, leave your sister alone. The conversations are dramatically different than that of the older ones. I notice when the older ones talk to me, they are coming for straight guidance, okay? Now, they're trying to figure this life thing out on their own. Okay, they're trying to figure it out. They're navigating through life but they come to hurdles at times, and that's when they either rely on mom to give them advice or they rely on dad. Whenever they call me, they know they're going to get a lengthy conversation. But here's the thing: they love it though, right? You would think that I know for me, I hate getting lectures, right? My mom, she didn't really do that. My granddaddy, he would do that. When I would ask for things, like he would give me this whole just drawn out story of how I need to, get my own this, that, and another. I'm just listen, like I'm young, like I need your help in this. But he was pushing me out to be a man at an early age. We're talking about 16, 17. Once I got my license, like I just got automatically gained more responsibilities. Now I can go pick up groceries. I can go pick up, my brother or my sister, wherever they need to go. But I never liked the lectures. So, but the crazy thing about it is that as I got older and became, more mature as a man, I started to give him out more, right? So with my son, my oldest son, and my oldest daughter, like I lectured them, but to the point to where it's just words of advice. It's just suggestions of what you could possibly do to make your life better. So, for example, my daughter, she's going through some, financial hardship. Not really bad. It's just stuff that comes about. Like she's not making enough money where she's making just enough money to support like her bills, her car note, her phone bill, her insurance. She's able to get her some food, but outside of that, in terms of getting her hair done, getting her nails done, she can't do it when she wants to do it. And I explained to her, baby, that's all right. Like, yeah, to me, I feel like your priorities are in order. Like you're going to school, you're handling your car note, you're handling your insurance, you're handling your phone bill, your phone has never got cut off. So you're doing a great job. But sometimes her concern is that I can't do what I want to do. So here's the thing. This is how I switch it on her. I tell her all the time, do what you have to do now so you can do what you want to do later. And I think that's good advice. I don't know if y'all are sharing that with your children, but that's the advice that I give them now. If you sacrifice now, right, when you're up like my age or even a little bit younger, because they're only, like I said, she's only going on 22, he's going on 20. If you sacrifice now, what you will be able to do in the next 10 years is probably, it's going to be it's going to be better than what I was able to do in my 20s, right? Or in my 30s. Like I was just still trying to find myself. I didn't graduate with my undergrad till I was like, I think 29 years old, right? And then that's when life started to begin for me. I started to get these jobs that offer salary as opposed to just an hourly wage. And so I explain to her all the time, listen, do what you have to do now so you can do what you want to do later. And another thing, I encourage them to be entrepreneurs. Like I explained in the video before, like these going to school is different, right? That's the old way of doing things, right? I even talked about prior to going to school, the older generations, like our grandparents, they were just working on jobs for 30 and 40 years, retire, get a pension. That's no longer the case for us. That's not going to work, right? It's just not, right? These jobs are not paying what they're supposed to be paying, and you never just get your value out of these jobs. And then going to school, yeah, I did it, but they just train you to work for somebody else. So I encourage my kids, my older children, to be entrepreneurs, right? But when you get with a thing, stick with a thing. Like they come up with so many beautiful ideas. Like my daughter came up with an idea. This was like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And I told her like, yo, this can actually pop. You can be great at this, but you have to stick with it. You know how it is, you all. When you first get an idea in your mind, you're pumped, you're excited, you're ready to rock and roll. You start buying the little stuff from Amazon to get the business together. You put your LLC together. Like you have momentum. But things what happens is when things don't go as planned or happen as fast as you want them to happen, what do? We lose that energy. See, that's the key right there. You have to be able to keep that energy all the way through. And the way I do it, because trust me, in my business, it's ups and it's downs. It's way more ups than it is downs. But when those downs comes, like I can feel it. But what I do is I concentrate on the end goal. Like here's where I want to be and here's where I'm going to be. I concentrate on that. So anything that happens in between, it doesn't even matter, right? It doesn't even matter at all. So I explain to my kids like, yo, stick with a thing, see it all the way through. So whatever goal that you have in mind when you first started that idea, say you wanted to make $10,000 per month selling lip gloss or whatever the case may be, keep going until you see it all the way through. If you don't get to that goal the way you're going about doing, just alter the way the inputs. I'm sorry, just change the inputs. You may have to change it up to get the output that you want. That's all it is. Like, but you don't have to give up on it. A lot of times we give up like 3 feet away from gold. There's this story. The guy, he bought all this equipment to mine gold, to get to gold, right? They told him that this area was heavily populated with gold. So he's digging, he's digging, he's digging, he's digging, he's digging, he's digging, and he's doing it for months at a time. Then he eventually stops, sells all his equipment to another guy. The other guy gets with a person who's an expert on digging gold, and the guy told him, listen, if you just drill 3 feet this way or dig 3 feet this way, that you'll hit the gold. Sure enough, the man listened to him, dug 3 feet in the opposite direction, and he hit gold. So a lot of times we give up 3 feet away from gold, right? Don't give up on yourself. And that's what I explain to my children. So I think it's totally different. Like with our older children, we have to give them the guidance that they need, right? We have to change their mentality of how they see the world. We have to give them words of encouragement. And I think deep down inside, all they want to hear from us as fathers as well as mothers is that, yo, you're doing a good job. You're on the right track, right? So let me know how y'all feel about it. What are we teaching our older children, right? I know a lot of times, out of sight, out of mind, we don't get a chance to talk to them as much, but those opportunities that we do get a chance to talk to them, what are we telling them? How are we raising them? How are we guiding them? I'm curious because I'm still looking for ideas. This is just my approach. I'm always open to new suggestions. Yeah, just give it to me raw and uncut. And make sure you leave the comments down in the comment section. All right? So I'll see you all later on this next video that we'll drop. Therapeutic Thursday is definitely coming up, so be on the lookout for that. That's our safe place, fellas, where we can come and we can let it all out. I got some news to break for you all on this upcoming Thursday. But outside of that, fellas, let's continue to do what we do best, and that is being great fathers. Black Father Syndrome.